Turki Alalshik announced Thursday on X that undefeated lightweights Abdullah Mason and Sam Noakes will square off for the vacant WBO lightweight title this November as part of a major Riyadh season event in Saudi Arabia. The bout will take place on the undercard of a stacked night headlined by David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde and Brian Norman Jr. versus Devin Haney. The matchup between Mason and Noakes was ordered after the WBO title was vacated by Keyshawn Davis, who was stripped in June after failing to make weight. Mason, a 21-year-old southpaw, is expected to enter as the favorite against Noakes, who has fought exclusively at the domestic level throughout his 6-year career. While fans have praised the overall depth of the card, many have questioned the bout order, specifically Benavidez versus Yarde as the main event. Critics argue the matchup is a mismatch, with Benavidez heavily favored against Yarde. Many hope to see Benavidez in a more meaningful clash, such as a rematch with David Morrell. Instead, the co-main event between WBO welterweight champion Brian Norman Jr. and former two-division world champion Devin Haney is drawing more fan interest. The fight is expected to be explosive and competitive for as long as it lasts. For Haney, the bout presents a chance at redemption following a widely criticized performance against Jose Ramirez in May at the Times Square event in New York. With questions swirling around his status at the elite level, Haney will be looking to make a strong statement. Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. has issued a stern warning to Terence Crawford ahead of his highly anticipated clash with Canelo Alvarez on September 13th, cautioning against relying too heavily on movement or evasive tactics. Jones believes Crawford must stand his ground and engage Canelo early to avoid giving the Mexican superstar momentum and confidence to pressure him throughout the fight. He drew comparisons between his own leap to heavyweight in 2003, where he defeated then WBA champion John Ruiz, and Crawford's jump from welterweight to challenge for the undisputed super middleweight title. Ruiz lacked knockout power and was known more for his clinching tactics than his punching. At the time, he was widely considered the weakest of the heavyweight champions. Roy Jones Jr. made a calculated move in choosing to face Ruiz over the other title holders, a decision many viewed as a strategic cherry pick. Jones has urged Crawford to fight in a way that entertains fans, especially considering the reported $50 million purse being offered by Saudi advisor Turki Alalshik. With Crawford's recent fight against Israel, Madrimov criticized as a cautious chess match, there are high hopes he'll deliver a more action-packed performance this time around.
Terence Crawford, I know we're getting ready to start the press conference. We're going to do this in a two-part interview. But what we're just discussing now, I've heard so many people talk about how Crawford might beat Canelo or how Canelo, it's an easy fight for him against Crawford. But it would seem that Crawford has to move, right? He has to avoid the power of Canelo. Am I totally wrong?
You're totally wrong. Totally wrong.
It's the only man I'll hear this from.
Totally wrong, because the first thing is, how you gonna move and run from Canelo? You gonna give him everything he wants? That's stupid. You run from the big man, you give him all the confidence he wants. Oh, all I gotta do is catch him, he running now, he don't wanna fight. All I gotta do is catch him. No, you don't go there with that mentality. Had I went there with that mentality with John Ruiz, he'd have beat me. No, we go, listen, I'm coming here, I'm gonna tip the scale as a heavyweight, and I'm gonna make you feel that I'm a heavyweight in that first round. And Bud got to do the same thing. He got to tip the scale at a 168-pounder, and he got to make him feel that he's a 168-pounder when he hit the ring. If you don't do that in the early parts, now you're going to have a problem.